Just about, a month and a half away from a national dialogue that President Cyril Ramaphosa says will take place in August to discuss multiple issues in the country, including poverty, unemployment, and uniting a country with a long history of racial division. Full View anchor Mbali Thethane is out at the University of Johannesburg tonight, getting the views, Mbali, of the young people. Do they think that this process is worth especially that hefty price tag?
Certainly, Timbekile, and that's where we find ourselves. We're at the University of Johannesburg trying to ascertain some of the views of young people, particularly when it comes to that national dialogue, which is set to take place in August. And you'd know that it's received a number of mixed reactions from many South Africans, where some are in favor of this national dialogue, where some simply think it is a futile exercise and it is a waste of money. It does carry that price tag of 700 million rand to try and find solutions to a number of challenges facing South Africa. And I'm going to bring in now Sinawo to get his view when it comes to whether he will be heeding this call as well from Deputy President Paul Mashatile, calling on for young South Africans and young people to participate in this national dialogue. Sinawo, are you going to participate?
I don't think I'll participate because I'm not in support of the national dialogue for two reasons. The first one, I feel like it's a waste of money. It's over 700 million, as you said. I feel like we could use that money to do something else, and there are already solutions out there. I think like we only need to implement them. And the second reason, I think there's not too much representation of everyone in South Africa. I feel like they could have added more people to represent, more especially in the eminent persons list. They could have added organizations like Abahlali baseMjondolo and so on. So I don't think I'll participate.
All right. Thank you so much for your views, Sinawo. I'm going to bring in now Thethane. And Thethane, hearing some of the views from Sinawo, he's not in support of, this national dialogue. Do you think that it's a good idea when you look at the number of issues that we are facing as young people? We have a high unemployment rate in this country. There are issues of poverty. There are issues of crime. Do you think that it's a good idea to hold this national dialogue?
I don't think it's a good idea, also considering the fact that the money that is needed for this dialogue to be implemented, it is too costly, and already the country as it is facing problems, financial problems. So instead of taking, there's already NDP which is in place and it hasn't had much success. So what difference will this make? How sure are they that it's going to be much of a success? So I think they should just take this money and use it to implement more programs that could be successful, because we don't have a issue with what is a problem. We already know what is the problem and challenges we are facing in South Africa. The only problem we have is with implementation. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Thethane. I'm going to bring in now Ngobile. This national dialogue carries a price tag, a very hefty price tag of 700 million rand. Is it worth it?
I don't think it's quite worth it, because rather this dialogue, it's more reactive than proactive. For a long time, since apartheid times till now, we've had concurrent problems that have not really changed, but have just been coated in a different way. What we need right now is rather better opportunities. We need more use of resources. We need to implement resources in ways that will uplift the nation, including those that are coming after us. So hence why I think this is rather more of a reactive than a proactive plan.
All right, Ngobile, thank you so much. I'm also now going to bring in Koketso. And Koketso, is it important to have this dialogue? I mean, considering, the number of issues we are faced with as a country.
I don't think it's important, because we already have these dialogues, I can say conversations in our communities and in our peer groups. So it's kind of useless to have it as a national dialogue, whereas it's already been spoken about. We speak about these things on a daily basis. So I feel like the state or the government can just take from what is already happening and try to fix. I think that's what they can do, and try to focus on the main contributing factor of these problems.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Koketso. Lastly, I'm going to bring in now Ntando. Ntando, I mean, most of your fellow student mates here saying that it really isn't necessary to have this dialogue, and some also talking about spending all this money to continue to have discussions where we know where the problems are. What are your thoughts when it comes to this dialogue that the president says will be held in August this year?
Oh, okay. Personally, I think the dialogue is a very good idea, but I don't think it's a good time, or it is good timing for them to implement the dialogue now, because young people are actually demotivated. We don't have hope in the current government. We are unemployed. We are educated, but still we don't have jobs. So I don't think currently it would be the best solution. I would recommend, however, that we come up with more initiatives that would promote particularly black economic empowerment and come with much more better resourced government institutions that would actually also kind of develop the people who are in underdeveloped areas like KZN, Eastern Cape, such rural areas. I don't think it's a good time for this dialogue to be happening right now.
As a young person, Deputy President Paul Mashatile is saying that young people should also play their part in this dialogue. Will you be participating as a young South African?
Oh, as a young South African, currently, as I said, that the timing is not right. I don't think I'm going to be participating in the current dialogue. I'd rather be putting my effort in some places that are much more of value than the dialogue currently, because I don't think the dialogue is currently what we need as the young people of South Africa.
All right, thank you so much, Ndando. All right, as you can hear there, Thembekile, some of the views being heard by the students here at the University of Johannesburg. Most of them, just talking about how they are not for this dialogue, and some even highlighting, well, maybe it might be necessary to have a dialogue, but not at this point in time. And also they're talking about the price tag, which is something that a number of people have even highlighted, that it will cost the country at least 700 million rand to have some of these discussions to try and spearhead the country forward. At the same time, Thembekile, you'd also know that the Labour Party has taken President Cyril Ramaphosa to court when it comes to this dialogue, and they're trying to halt this dialogue from even taking place come later this year in August.